I was inspired yesterday by some girl that told me that I really make her feel comfortable in her age gap relationship. She gets a lot of hate, a lot of people don't understand it, and it makes her a little insecure about her own relationship. Why would you ever be insecure about something that makes you happy? Your life isn't for everyone to understand. If what you're doing doesn't harm anyone and it's what you chose and it brings you happiness and you believe it makes you a better person, that's all that matters. Of course, it's great to have family back you up and support you, but I understand that's not the case for everyone. And I just wanted to be that big sister figure on this and be your support for age gap relationships and maybe explain so that some people do understand it. Now, a lot of people are small minded and they don't want to understand it. They want to hate on other people because they're happy. Talk about my experience. I'm 23 years old. I'm on my second child now with my husband, and he's 46. And let me tell you, I've never been less stressed. I'm the most happy I've ever been. And the first thing people are going to say, oh, she's with him for the money. She's with him for this, that. He could be with me for my looks. Of course, that's that first attraction. But whether he was my age or his age, of course I'm going to be attracted to a man who can provide. I mean, if we're going back to the caveman days, the man provided. Always knew that I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. I didn't want to work. I just wanted to take care of my family. He immediately showed me that he was looking for the same. And now we have just built the most beautiful life together. I'm more attracted to him for being older because he's lived and he knows what he wants. And I feel like in this generation, majority of boys that are my age are still not knowing what they want, or they don't want to settle down yet, and they just want to, mess around and waste time and break hearts. And I just didn't have the time or energy for that. So when I came across Greg, he immediately showed me that I was the only girl in this universe. Just immediately made my life easier. And I'm not talking about financially, like even being there for me as a friend. Whenever I had a problem, he knew how to solve it. I ended up returning the favor to him by being someone that he needed at the time. And in like 3 months, we got married. Because it's like, when you know, why are you going to sit with someone who you're not that happy with and you've been with for like years, and you're hoping for a ring and you think a ring's going to fix your problems, a baby's going to fix your problems, or you see a man right there that you are in love with that is everything you ever wanted out of life, that came at the most perfect time, but you're going to stop and reject that for yourself because you're worried about people's opinions. We are not here to live for others. We are here only for a small amount of time. And I'm not wasting my time not being happy. So I have no regrets. I had some questions yesterday. I went live and some girl was asking me, what would you feel if your daughter was in the same situation as you when she was your age and she was dating someone like 23 years older? If she's happy, go for it. If she's an adult, I have no say in what she does. And that's how my parents felt. It's like, even if they didn't agree with something, the most they could do was say, I don't like that. It's not going to stop me from going after what I want as an adult. So my parents were happy for me. They love Greg. He provides. He's very great with my family. Both of our families got along like we've known each other our whole life. Like, when I met his family, there was no act I had to put on or like pretend I was someone I'm not, and I could just be myself, and they loved me and I loved them, and it just worked out. Now in today's world too, I feel like we're in 2026. age gaps are more socially accepted. I don't know how I should say it, but like even there's so many celebrities with age gaps that you probably have no idea about. And I also don't know why people are just so hung up on this topic. Like people will be like, "Oh, that's the same age gap as you and your baby." Yeah, but we're not 23 and 1. Like our personalities just mesh. Like he's the one that wants to go out. He wants to go to the clubs when we're in Miami. He wants to be out, party, have fun. I want to be the one who's in bed by 8 and just relaxing by the beach on vacation. If we're talking about energy levels, yeah, he surpasses me. I think a lot of girls are just looking for somebody who's mentally just more mature at this point and someone who could provide because it's hard out there. So if you're a man who could provide, then that's such a plus. And there's men who can provide that are in the same age realm as their wives too, and that's fine. But it's who I fell in love with, and you should never be ashamed for who you're in love with. And it's so funny because we grew up in different eras, but it's like the music I listen to, I'm into like old school rock and all these bands that he's never even heard of. That was like his generation. So it's like when they say age is just a number, it really is because emotionally he's lived, but he does still think he's 20, and I'm like I act like I'm in my 30s. Let's get into some rapid fire questions here. Do age gaps matter more at certain life stages than others? Yeah, I feel like when you're pretty grown, like it's fine. What are some strengths unique to age gap relationships? Um, Maturity, better conversation. I think when you guys are having conversation that's taken more serious and beneficial to making more life moves. Like when you're with someone older, I don't think they're really trying to waste time because what time do they have to waste? What challenges are most common and how can couples address them? Honestly, the biggest challenges is probably just outside opinions. I don't see how anything else would really matter. The biggest thing is you need to not care about what other people think or what they say. They nailed Jesus Christ himself to the cross. Like, you could be doing no harm to anyone and you're still going to be crucified for it. So, you know how much money, opportunities, happiness, love that you reject from yourself by worrying about what people think? Think about that. Why are older men with younger women more normalized than the reverse? Because I feel like it becomes like a provider type thing and depending on someone. And essentially, like I said, it just goes back to way back in time when the man would go hunt and provide, and the mother would stay home and have that maternal instinct, take care of the children, take care of the husband. So I think that's why it's more understood that way. I don't know, that's just my opinion. How should couples handle disapproval from family and friends? I think if your friends aren't approving, then you need better friends. Uh, I let my friends live however they want. Of course, I want the best for them. And if the best means that they're happy and it's not affecting anyone else, then of course I support it. If your family doesn't agree with it, that's a little bit tougher. And I could see where some people are going to let that affect them and their choices. But when you're your own adult, you got to stop depending on what your family thinks of you. I mean, you're trying to build your family with the relationship that you're in. That's the one that you should focus on right now. Do age gap relationships face different long term risks than same age ones? Yeah, definitely the biggest one that is talked about is how he's going to be gone way before you are. Like, not necessarily. Anything could happen. It's about people are not focusing on today and they're just so focused on the future and but what if, oh no, this, that. Something could happen to me tomorrow. So why am I going to sit here and stress about what is maybe going to happen in a year from now or a few years from now or what my future is going to look like then? And so many things change that you need to just live in the present. In today's world, we're so acceptive to all these other things that if we're going to be acceptive to controversial subjects, then we need to just be accepted to it all. If it's not affecting you in any way, what do you care? Really ask yourself that. People need to start focusing on themselves, their happiness, and stop bothering people. I really hope that for anyone who's listening that has been in the same boat as me and has been feeling down about it or stressed out, that this really helps you, because I promise you it does not matter. We are crumbs on this earth, and you just got to do what makes you happy, whether it pisses people off or if it doesn't, because no matter what, people are going to have something to say. So do what makes you happy, and I promise you the abundance that's going to be in your life is worth it.